Hope all you swabbies are still awake. Late Night Mega here, and it is time to go to Tier 6. I wonder what this is going to be like. Aw, this looks neat. Well, there's 59th place right there. Oh, okay. So we have both ways we gotta go around. Romper. Step 1, denial. If you get accused of not knowing how to dance, say it's a new dance they've never heard of until now. Do I have to destroy all of those? Probably. Probably also going to just deal with that later. Greetings. You have entered the ship's ballroom. Oh, great. If you are new here, look for dance tutors. Learn how to dance in 5 simple steps. Okay, well, that's the stage we need to go to. Well, it has some interesting, well, potentially interesting gimmicks and enemies. Oh, we have a guy with a side quest, and, okay, I'm gonna... Oh, it's not gonna... Okay, whatever. Salt water to break balloons. Is this, what, a music player? Yeah. Problem is, there's just so many... There's so many. Alright. What do you have? Gangster Pocken. Yo, what's up? The name's DJ Question. I'm jamming out to tunes on my radio because it's an exciting day. My brand new radio's coming in the mail soon. I can listen to my jams on the go in high definition with the latest tech. In fact, I've got no reason to keep my own radio. It'll just be a straight upgrade, you know. I'm willing to give this old radio away, as long as I know I'm giving it to a music expert like me. You up for a music quiz? 8 questions, get 'em all right, and I'll know you're a real one. Alright. Here's how it'll work then. I'll play a new song on my radio here, and you'll have to figure out what simulation it played in. Choose the correct answer out of 4 options. Answer all 8 questions correctly, and the radio's yours. Let's go. Okay, this is going to take some time. Big statues in the background at the first checkpoint. This is not one we've been to. One night in Xanadu. Oh, hey, that was One Night in Xanadu. I hope it's the same questions every time. With a gimmick that can be suppressed by special weapons, what simulation is it? Oh, that's not Flower Core. We've been there. Didn't we have base in the Boondocks? Didn't we have windy conditions? Spicy banana bread storehouse? That sounds fun. I'm gonna pick base in the Boondocks. Oh gosh, I was right. The song is from a simulation with 6 key gates blocking the hallway to the exit. Which simulation is it? Sounds like Curious Sky Machine, which I don't think we've had, but this sounds like Sonic music. The correct answer was Celestial Resort. Alright, is it going to be the same? So it seems like it's the same questions, but not in the same order. song from a simulation you probably skipped. What simulation is it? Camera action. It's not Cutting Edge. I think it's... Is it Gravity Man Inc.? I think it is, because it's that gravity flipping stage. Yes. The song is from a simulation with a brief underwater section in the middle. What simulation is it? Braving New Depths? It kind of has a name that would go with it. But I don't know if that's correct. No. The Mystic Museum. Okay. Yeah, we haven't been there yet. It doesn't help that we haven't been to half the simulations. Oh, I like this music. Too fast so you can take through the middle. Which simulation is it? Spicy top action? Okay, got that one. With both water and lava hazards, which simulation is it? Copper Cave did not have water and lava hazards. Was it Exoplanet Everest? Nope. It was Oh No More Compactors. Okay. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to show this whole thing. You get the gist of this. I'm going to do this off camera and get this prize right now, because we can actually use the stereo to make something, I'm pretty sure. So I'll be back in a moment when I get all 8. Okay, I'm back with question number 8, and we know this one is Gravity Man Inc. There was definitely more than 8 different songs to play. I want to say there's probably like 15 to 20. So it took me a few tries, but it didn't take too terribly long. That's all 8 questions down. I'm glad that there's another music expert on this cruise. And a deal's a deal, so here's my old radio. Battery's not included. Okay. Let's go see what we can make with this, and then we'll get into the... proper stage. Hopefully it's not a super long stage, since we've kind of been doing all this stuff, but make an item. Make something with Cursed Amulet and Radio that you have, yes. A salmon shield. A spy tool that can make an electromagnetic shield saves you from fatal blow by leaving you with 1 HP. I don't like that ability. I feel like it's not the type of ability Mega Man normally has. I'm good with just most classic stuff. I'll take things that are more like for convenience rather than things that like help me out power-wise. Not all the time, it depends. Alright, anyways, 59th place. I'm very arbitrary when it comes to that. By Nintega94, taking a dip with an average score of 56.25. Look who didn't like this stage. Yeah. Okay, let's get in here. Oh, what is this? What is this music from? I should know this. Easy E. Oh, the music sounds familiar. Okay, so we've got this stuff that's Oh, what is this music from? That's gonna bother me. Someone, comment section, help me out. Well, I'm not gonna redo all of that for that silliness. I'm gonna redo all of that for that silliness. That is a difficult jump. That's why I'm failing it. It definitely sounds like Mega Man music or remade Mega Man music. Okay, we've got those conveyor thingies. Why was there a ladder there? If we... Oh! Oh, that's why. Oh, I thought this was all over a bottomless pit. That's how I was treating all of this. Once again, the final jump here is the tricky... Oh, this is interesting. Using both gimmicks. Okay, you stop. Using both gimmicks in the mini-boss room. I like it. Whoa. Like, never ready for those. Let's take the W-Tank. Because I can still hold more of those. That is how you dodge those Mets. Well, I don't need the easy E, so we'll take that. Kitty. Cats don't like snakes, right? Okay, we got him. Double Eddie? I guess it doesn't matter which one we take. That's an interesting use for those Uranus platforms. That was a take. Snakes beat birds. What? Where am I supposed to be? Oh. Introducing another gimmick. That's fine. Guess I needed a way to get us out of the water. Glad we just hit a checkpoint. I didn't think the fire... I protest the hitboxes on that. I didn't think that fire was going to hit me. Okay, I need a piercing weapon. Because that's not the most... I don't trust this jump based on what's been happening earlier in this stage, so we're just gonna... Yeah, I don't trust this. I have every reason not to. I feel like some of the jumps here have just been a little bit too tight. Case in point. Alright, well, we got through that. The zippiness of some of those is just silly. You don't know which ones are gonna go zippy and which ones are not. Can I just... I can. Can you kill me? I wanna see what else was in that room. What, the parts with the... Why don't I just... Just do that. See, there's more stuff here. Hi guys, this level is my intro to the MaGMML series, and as they say, any intro's good as a start. I'll be going over my development obstacles I had to encounter. Oh, I've got stories about that too. My goals for this stage and things I feel iffy about the stage for varying reasons that I'd fix if I could, but can't exactly this 48 hours. Around when 48 hours was announced, or at least I heard about it when the engine date, I got my new computer about 2 weeks before, so the timing was near perfect. However, with the timing of 48 Hour going on, it was in the middle of me moving. Thankfully, the way it was set up means I was still about to participate. That's actually very funny you mentioned that, because actually the time that they had the 48 Hour contest going is either slightly before or after I had just moved into my new house. And I know when I was building my stage for the third contest was like just shortly after I moved in. And the last few days, the boxes were available to get. Glad they gave everyone a month to request boxes so that I could participate. Let's start with the boxes. I went ahead and requested all 3 boxes, 3 being the max amount you can request, but only 1 is allowed to be used. Since I was so late into the contest, the box I ended up with had Uranus platforms and conveyors for gimmicks. I went with Mega Man 6 conveyors, which I felt could make a pretty fun platforming level out of. As for the other 2 boxes, one of them was Chrono platforms and Commando mines, which was a contender, but in the end I just felt Uranus platforms had more potential. The other box was, get this, landmines and Quickman darkness. Yeah, that combination would have been basically impossible to make fair. As for the level itself, actually that combination could be interesting. So you have a room with landmines and quick lasers, and maybe just like some sort of signs or indicators of where not to go first, and you have to take this one path to flip on a light switch or something. That could have been cool. Someone make that stage. Anyways, I had the classic introduced obstacles separately, then combine later mindset throughout the majority of the level, though I feel I might have went a bit too much on it, which I'll get into later, but nevertheless, I had concept in mind and box to work with, so it was time to start developing. Graphics, what are those? Similar to Snore and Pyro, I'm not really a graphics person, but since there is an aesthetic score here, I'd at least make an attempt. I decided to go for a hybrid water level in a nighttime setting. My lack of artism shows in the stars, I feel, as I essentially just placed them at random after I finished the level, with some kind of attempt at a pattern, but not really. Hey, you and me, we're like on the same wavelength here. With that. Since I'm not a graphics guy, I don't really know how to fix this either. At least I did feel I did good with the music choices. With a Mega Man 8 style Whirlpool Man. Oh, for the Whirlpool Man, that's where it's from. Whirlpool Man from Mega Man Unlimited. There we go. So if you commented with Whirlpool Man for the music before you got to this point in the video, I'm gonna know, because your comment would be there, and I have solved the mystery. Whee! It usually takes a while for me to come up with clever ideas for anything, including level design, and with only 48 hours to work with, and spell good news, usually. I hear ya. In 48 hours to try and make one of these stages, it would be impossible for me with everything I went through with this engine. Still, I tried my best at what I could do with the box I went with. One of the things I had the hardest time with in terms of level design was enemy placement. There are plenty of moments I felt so insecure with enemy placement, but just placing one in a spot all of a sudden makes it very unfair without very careful planning. Yeah, especially when you had those bumblebee enemies that drop. Yeah, you know which ones I'm talking about. I don't know the names of them. Platform placement was also pretty tricky to plan, but I did make sure all of the jumps were doable in my own playtesting. Some of them are a little bit too demanding, in my opinion. I at least tried some diversity in terms of conveyor belts and speed and direction. Yeah, but the thing is, there was no indication how fast which conveyor belts were going to go. Last thing I wanted to make my level was frustrate the player. But with this level, I felt I went into the opposite problem. But since I haven't had prior experience as a serious level designer, I couldn't tell where the balance was. The classic design method I stated earlier did help me with designing the beginning of the stage. Forcing the player through, blah blah blah. Okay, we gotta hurry this up. I want to combine them in a more dangerous environment. Cause frustration. Okay. Did you, like, write half the script for this game, by the way, too? Because it sure seems like you could have. Just a quick warning, the next segment has spoilers about the boss, so if you don't want to go into it blind, skip the next part and ahead for the final part. Okay. That's where I definitely felt my creativity had its best shine. I knew I wanted to use the box gimmicks in the boss, whatever the box would be, but when designing the boss room, I had a very clever idea, making it a Ooh. Both you and Honey Woman start out on a conveyor belt with the Uranus platform on the far right. So the first half is fought in a conveyor belt, but when she uses her honey attack on the right side of the screen, she stays in place long enough to fall through the Uranus platform, leading to the second half of the fight being underwater. Even though that might be a bit on the overwhelming side, whether because it actually is, or maybe I plain suck at fighting Honey Woman. Again, she is new, but I at least was able to beat her a few times. No E-tanks. Alright. It feels like I'm being negative or doubtful of my level. It's really not that. It's more like certainty. Yeah. Well, don't worry, one of the judges is already fired. Granted, for my first level in the series. Okay. Expect this level to fall somewhere around where you start at tier 6. My goal for the Make a Good MaGMML level 3 contest is somewhere in the upper half of the level, the upper 50%. And I'll be satisfied with that. And also higher than Dr. Novocaine's. But if you guys know the location of my level, I don't want to know any of those details. I want to be fully surprised when I get to that game. I just don't like the slow wait here. Why does this... Okay, well, whatever. Alright, time for the 2-phase boss. Oh, I'm honey stuck. Okay, that was nasty. Oh, those hornets take 2 shots. And she just lightly wafted onto my head and killed me. Alright, well, he said he could do this with just the Buster. We're gonna try that too. I have to deal with those better. I have to hit more than... Can I just go down? I would rather be underwater. Okay, well, this is... Alright. Oh, she just flew right into my face. Yeah, this is definitely Whirlpool Man's, a remix of Whirlpool Man's music. Ah. It's hard to dodge her on these conveyors. Yeah, trying to take out multiple Hornets with the charge shot, that's the key to that. Very much the key. Alright. Well, after all of that talking, let's see what the judges had to say. Simply put, this is a solid level with some nice touches. This entire level has a nice flow to it. Generally, it just feels well paced and everything feels intentional. Yeah. The varying speeds of the conveyors usually feels fine, but sometimes it doesn't. That's really where my main issue. That's what I said. There's no visual. Everything I said. Everything I said. Maybe try making the different speeds different. Oh, yeah, there you go. There are a few spots where this is an issue, but overall it's good. The level looks and sounds good, and is generally fair. At the one midpoint, I do like the atmosphere and the aesthetics of the stage, and the music choice to go along with that. There's a jump that's tricky, but not in a fun way. Adjusting little things. Yep. Blue robot on conveyor going really fast. You did some really nice stuff here, though at times it felt a little too empty. Yep, I agree with that too. I have to say though, the fast conveyors were really funny and so unexpected. Besides that, I really enjoyed the long platforming section over the bottomless pit. That was a nice challenge. As I said though, there were parts where not much was happening, sadly. To be fair though, that did help in making it not making it frustrating, so you say. Usually judging requires me to guess what the level designer is thinking. Thankfully, this level's overly generous dev room spells out your thought process in lavish detail, which means I can point to exactly where you went wrong. As for the level itself, I had the classic introduce obstacles separately, then combine later mindset. There's too many problems with this one. One minor and one major. The major problem is that this classic mindset is anything but very few Robot Master stages actually introduce gimmicks separately and then merge them. When they do, it's usually on one incidental screen towards the middle of the level, like Sheepman, Windman, Plantman. This is a common misconception. Well, I think they're talking about like what judges look for in this contest, which is that's the type of design. At least that's the type of design we were told judges were looking for the MaGMML 3 contest. So you're already fired, so it doesn't really matter. You've chosen to combine Uranus platforms with conveyor belts. When Uranus platforms are a conveyor belt, well, they're skinned differently and drag you down rather than... yeah. You're so wordy. You inadvertently picked a double oil box. As for the rest, yeah, I don't think they combined very well. You've correctly noted you were way too generous with pickups, even if we ignore the ooh mew meme going on in the dev room. The 3 boss fights were fun, although the honey woman setup crashed the game for me when I hit her honey blob on a conveyor belt. I actually had more fun figuring out how to cheese the conveyor belt sections with Rush Coil than I did. So yeah, you succeeded in making a middle of the road level. And hey, it's the first level in Tier 6, so yeah. Out of the dead zone of middling entries and make something really great. Alright. There's a lot of design elements that don't really get consciously thought about while playing and making most levels. I feel like empty space is one of those things, at least when it comes to Mega Man design. because that's pretty much the biggest problem with the level. The sheer amount of empty space. Clogging it with enemies wouldn't really have solved the problem because it doesn't really help everything stop being so big and empty, especially when the stage goes underwater. The lack of any real ceiling just lets you cruise over whatever you want, and the enemy placement is so scary you hardly think about it. Scarce, not scary. Enemy placement is scary. That said, for a first real go-around at a level, it certainly isn't a bad showing. It just doesn't really manage to find anything to make it stick out. There were some incredibly speedy conveyor belts, which just ended up being confusing due to the lack of indication. Yeah, that's what I said. It's probably for the best that they hardly appeared in any actual threat. Yes, I agree with that too. And yet I wonder if there was a better way to convey speed if new ideas spice things up. Someone else suggested different colors. All in all, when one has 48 hours to come up with a breathtaking idea, I understand it's far easier said than done. At the very least, it's a good lesson to take forward when you're not dealing with a tight time limit. Alright. And with that, this, okay, there's 58th place. What are you, though? No, I did not. Ooh, Zealdak. We remember Zealdak from, was he made some stages in the previous game. I remember that. The Make a Good Mega Man Level 2 contest. Anyways, for now, I'll take my leave.